Hey guys, so if you have any experience with Claudebot or OpenClaw now, you'll know that it takes forever to actually do anything online, especially if they require a browser. For example, if I want to buy a pair of shoes on Perch, right? I'll say open up a browser and find me a pair of Nikes on perch.xyz. Now I'll just open a browser and slowly traverse via the browser UI. As you can see, if I need to load a browser and it's going to go to perch.xyz, it's in my account and it's going to ask me for a pair of shoes. By clicking on the UI and entering it, the question, it's going to type it out. It's going to send and it'll wait for the response okay. So they finally found the shoes and that took a whopping, 2 minutes. I cut it up for demo's sake, of course. Instead of doing it this way, imagine if this was a skill, right? You can just call the APIs directly. Let's try that this time by installing Unbrowse. I'll enter the installation command, which is plugins install at getfoundry/u nbrowse. And the difference between Unbrowse and using the regular OpenClaw browser is that it will basically capture the request and intercept how the browser uses the internet. And then with this knowledge, it can then execute internal APIs directly without having to click through the UIs of a browser, making it up to 100 times faster. So now let's say I want to call restart. Okay, we restart. Now, instead of using the browser, use Unbrowse to learn how to use perch.xyz and find me a pair of Nikes. For this first run, it'll basically I'll do the same thing of browsing the web again, but this time it's actually learning how it's done. And it's actually going to speed up the process for future requests for this website. Let me show you. Now it's opening up my browser again. It's checking, looking for one of my account inside. I found one from my account and I was going to go basically do the same thing as it previously did, but this time it's learning how well the browser works. Okay, so now it did the same thing and this time it's got auth, right? Help me find other shoes or find me a shirt on Perch. And because it's already learned how to use Perch, it can actually just call the APIs directly for anything else within Perch. You can automate anything and learn them. And after you've learned them, because it's like shareable information, you can actually make sure that you publish them on the marketplace, which can then actually be used for other agents to use other OpenClaws, and you can even monetize it for income. So now let's say I want to share this ability and monetize it. So there's a marketplace that's available, and if you want, you can actually add it to it and monetize it so that other users can actually use the same skill. So Uniswap costs $1, right? And you can just get a commission for every time you basically teach an agent, or commission for every time you teach OpenClaw how to use a specific website. So now if anyone wants to use this skill, they can download it from the store. They can use X402 to pay me by USDC so that basically I get paid for the abilities I share. Now, if you want to just use skills directly that someone else has learned before, you can ask where to find a skill on the marketplace. Find me a skill on the Unbrowse marketplace. Yeah, so basically you have Google for agent skills right here, where the agents learn how to make their own skill and then just publish it for other agents to use. So it's like crowdsourced collective knowledge for agents to figure out how to use the web.